Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Sami here. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto had white Sharingan, part 2, hope you'll enjoy this video. So before we start please subscribe to our channel, and like this video. So let's get into the video. I'm getting sick of this growling Naruto, as he ran from a mob once more. The blonde was once more getting chased by a mob of Konoha civilians, and ninja. The best he could do was throw kunai. He had successfully got the Katen Gakakyu no Jutsu, fire-style fireball jutsu, down. But he could only perform it standing still or at the very least facing his targets, which he couldn't do, because if he were to turn the mob would catch up for sure. Naruto was so concentrated on running he failed to notice that he was near the front gates of Konoha, until he bowled straight into someone knocking them over. Sorry, said Naruto, jumping to his feet ready to bolt away, that is until the person reached out, and grabbed his wrist. What's the rush? Asked the woman. Naruto turned to her. She was a ninja, he could see her headband. She had long black hair, and ruby red eyes. She wore a red and white garment that looked like it was just a bunch of bandages draped over her figure. That, declared Naruto, pointing to the mob that came running out of the nearby street. The woman jumped to her feet, and looked at the boy. What did you do? Asked the woman. Nothing, I swear, said Naruto, hiding behind the woman now. You killed our families, you little bastard, yelled at a member of the mob, all of whom had stopped, as Naruto hid behind the woman. The entire mob wasn't sure if the woman would be on their side or Naruto's. Kunoichi turned to the blonde boy who was cowering behind her, and looked him over, and then it struck her. Naruto? Questioned the woman. How do you know my name? Asked Naruto, ready to bolt. It's okay Naruto, I won't hurt you now, just stay behind me, okay? Whispered the woman with a reassuring smile. Naruto nodded. You lot leave now or things will get ugly, and I swear you don't want things to get ugly, snarled the ebony-haired woman, making some of the people in the crowd jump at the venom in her tone. It's just one person who gets her, declared one of the people from the middle of the mob, giving the rest of the mob a bout of courage. Not a good thing. Meijin B Ningugenka, demonic illusion burning hellfire, called the woman. Everyone in the mob stopped before dropping to the ground screaming in agony. The woman then turned to Naruto, who wore a look of pure awe. That was awesome, what was that? Can you tell me if you missed the pretty lady? Asked Naruto. The ebony-haired woman blushed at his compliment. That was, I might teach you that at some time, and my name is Kurenai. Not a pretty lady, said the now identified Kurenai. Naruto nodded at her answers before he remembered how he met Kurenai. I'm so sorry for running into you, Kurenai-san, and I thank you for protecting me from those people, said Naruto, bowing. One of the first things Mikoto and Yugao had taught him was respect and manners, and he would not forget that lesson. He could still feel the stinging on his head. No problem, Naruto and Kurenai are fine, said Kurenai. Naruto nodded before he remembered what time it was. Oh damn, I need to go, muttered Naruto, running off. Nice meeting you, Kurenai, said Naruto, waving, as he ran off towards his home. Kurenai waved to him with a smile, as he ran off. The next morning, training ground. Naruto wandered up to the training ground, and he was still thinking about his ruby-eyed savior from the night before, and her. Morning Naruto, said Mikoto, snapped Naruto from his daze. Morning Mikoto-sensei, said to Naruto, looking at the woman. Alright Naruto, for now you will be working on the fireball jutsu, said Mikoto. But sensei, I can use it. You saw yourself yesterday, said Naruto, having no idea why she would want him to work on something he already had done. Yes, but I want you to practice some more. It's good to practice with the jutsu, so you don't go wasting chakra when you use it, and if you get skilled enough with the jutsu you can decrease the amount of hand signs you need to use for the jutsu. And even you might get to the point where you only need one-handed hand sign, and not need to call the name, said Mikoto. Like so, declared Mikoto, making a half-tiger hand sign with one hand before breathing out a huge ball of fire that flew over to a nearby rock wall, and blew up. Wow, that's cool. Don't worry Mikoto-sensei, I'll have this down in no time. You'll see Naruto running off to begin his training. Mikoto shook her head, and Naruto reminded her so much of Kushina. An hour later. Naruto yelled at Mikoto, getting the blonde's attention. He ran from his position to the woman. Yes sensei, asked Naruto. I think Yugao said I should before she left on her mission. It's time to start your jujutsu training, said Mikoto. Really sensei? Asked Naruto, getting a nod from the woman. Awesome, yelled Naruto, jumping up, punching the air. Okay, calm down Naruto, said Mikoto, resting her hand on his shoulders, making him quickly calm down. Now Naruto, I'm going to be teaching you the Uchiha interpreter. First, Mikoto said. Naruto adopted a thinking pose. That was the main gender-fluid Uchiha Taijutsu style, right? Asked Naruto. Mikoto nodded. Yes, and once I teach you the style, if you want to learn a shinobi-specific Uchiha style, I'll take you to the clan vaults, so you can look for one, okay? Asked Mikoto. I really just want to learn from you, and Yuga-sensei muttered to Naruto with a pout. Well, we can't do that Naruto, you're a boy, and I'm a girl, I only know gender fluid, and kunoichi styles, and kunoichi styles are just that, styles for kunoichi aka girls, declared Mikoto. Why did ninja even start the separation of gender-specific styles anyway? Asked Naruto. While Naruto, during the Warring States period, the shinobi clans of the world were hired to do missions, and some of those missions required specific genders to accomplish the mission. That's what started it, and then, kunoichi. And shinobi started coming up with styles that for various reasons only work for either shinobi or kunoichi, be it they rely on the user's body to distract the opposite genders. The flexibility of a kunoichi that not even the most trained of shinobi could hope to duplicate, or the strength of a shinobi that no kunoichi could match. There are just some styles that only work for one gender, declared Makoto, going into a pseudo-lecture mode. Okay, I guess it makes sense, muttered Naruto, looking down. Well, let's get started, said Makoto, getting into the most basic stance of the interpreter fist. 3 hours later. The sensei and students spent 3 hours on the basics of Uchiha's main gender fluid Taijutsu style, and Naruto had got most of the basic katas down for the moment, so now they were taking a break. Naruto sitting under a tree puffing, while Makoto sat next to him. "Hey sensei," called Naruto, breaking the silence that had held the two of them. Was the response of Makoto indicating she was listening. "Could you tell me about it?" questioned Naruto, causing Makoto to raise an eyebrow. "Why do you want to know?" asked Makoto, turning to look at her apprentice, who looked down. "I got Chaz again last night," said Naruto. "What?" screamed Makoto. "A mob of villagers chased me again, but just as they were catching up I ran into a lady he used on the people, and they stopped and fell to the ground," said Naruto. Well, Naruto, the simplest explanation of it is an illusion. The user projects their chakra into their target's chakra system, and with that creates illusions on the senses, be it touch, taste, sight, smell, or hearing, declared Makoto. Naruto nodded, satisfied with that explanation. "Well Naruto, with that over, back to training time to practice your kunai throwing," said Makoto, getting up. Later that night, Makoto stood by her stove making her family dinner, quietly humming to herself. "Ka-chan," when a voice interrupted her. "Yes, Sasuke-chan?" questioned Makoto. "Where have you been?" asked the now identified Sasuke. Makoto turned to face her youngest son. "What do you mean, Sasuke?" "I've been here," said Makoto. "No, earlier today," declared Sasuke. "I was out," Sasuke replied to Makoto. "And the last few days have been," declared Sasuke. "I've been busy." Sasuke, now going to clean up dinners, almost ready, said Makoto, effectively ending her son's probing. The next morning, Makoto was walking towards the training grounds where she and Yugao were training Naruto. Everything was normal except dashing from one side street to another. Watching Makoto from the shadows of the street was Sasuke. He had decided that he was going to find out what his mother was doing during the day, and so when she had left he had stealthily followed his mother. Makoto had known from the second she walked out of her home Sasuke was following her. It wasn't that his stealth was bad, it was actually quite good for someone his age, but that's the point, someone his age, aka 6. Makoto had been an ANBU captain for that many years. She knew exactly where Sasuke was at all times, but rather than call her son out, she simply decided to let him be. He might even befriend Naruto. That would be nice, just like their mothers, though Makoto with a smile, as she strolled towards the training grounds. At the training ground, Naruto had just arrived at the normal training ground to find neither of his sensei present, but instead of taking the initiative to start on what he had been doing yesterday, Naruto simply sat down by a post and leaned back on it with his eyes shut. Makoto with her tail arrived only moments later. "Good morning, Naruto," declared Makoto in a happy tone, making the boy's eyes snap open. "Morning, sensei," said Naruto with a smile. "Sensei? What the hell?" thought Sasuke from his hiding place behind a tree. "Sensei, before we begin, there's someone behind that tree," who spoke to Naruto, pointing to the tree Sasuke was hiding behind. "Crap, I found, what do I do?" thought Sasuke in a panic, hiding behind the tree. Naruto saw Sasuke. "No, that's not possible. Sasuke was too well hidden for that." Then how did Naruto find him? "No way," thought Makoto to herself before. "You can come out now," declaring Makoto, turning around to see, surprise surprise, Sasuke stepped out from behind the tree. "Naruto, how did you know he was there?" asked Makoto, looking at the blonde, wondering if her hypothesis was right. "I don't really know. I just saw him when I had my eyes shut." "What's that mean, Makoto-sensei?" asked Naruto. "Why the hell are you calling my Ka-sensei?" questioned Sasuke in a weird tone. Sasuke didn't scold Makoto. "Why are you training a peasant, Ka-sen?" "You could train me," said Sasuke, his chest puffing out with Uchiha pride. Naruto looked hurt by the young Uchiha's comment, and he turned to leave. "Naruto, you stay right there," stated Makoto, making Naruto freeze. "And, as for you, mister, stop acting like a spoiled brat. I've raised you better than that, and I have offered many times to train you, but you always say you want Itachi or your 2-sen to help you, so no, I'm not going to train you, Sasuke. You gave up your chance. And don't speak like you're royalty, Sasuke, because you're not. And Naruto isn't a peasant, he's a member of our clan, and another clan, and I'm training him because unlike you, he has no parents waiting for him when he goes home," declared Makoto. "So go home, Sasuke, I'll be home later," said Makoto, making Sasuke tear up and run home. Makoto sighed. She would have to apologize to him later, but right now she had teaching to do. Alright, all those who have just been called follow me. Called a scar-faced. The man was Iruka Yumino, and he was to be Naruto's academy teacher. Naruto followed the man into the building, along with the rest of the class, about 30 strong, 35 or 6-year-olds. The class made their way to room 104, which was on the ground floor of the building. Alright, everyone take a seat, and we'll get started, said Iruka. Naruto casually walked up the stairs to the back corner table closest to the window where he took the window seat. He wasn't really expecting to make any friends, even if the parents hadn't told their kids to avoid him. Naruto wasn't the most social person. May we sit here? Asked a soft voice from next to Naruto. The boy turned towards the voice, expecting to see them looking some other way, not feeling he looked like a person to sit next to, when he saw two girls looking at him. One had ice blue hair and eyes. Her hair was tied up into two pigtails on the side of her head, and she was partially hiding behind the second girl, who evidently was the one who asked the question. She had long dark blue hair tied into a ponytail. She had red eyes that were hidden by the pair of black framed glasses wrapped around her face, which bore two scars, partially going across her left eye. Also tied into the girl's hair was a black and red flower. Sure, Naruto shrugged. I'm Kalina Jigoku, and this is Mikari Kurekichi, said the red-eyed girl smiling at Naruto, as she took a seat. Naruto Uzumaki Uchiha, said Naruto before subconsciously rubbing the Uchiha fan necklace he wore. Before any more pleasantries could be exchanged between the three of them, Iruka spoke up once more. Alright students, I know you're all probably keen to get into practicing to become ninja of this village, but to begin with, for at least a while the academy will be providing the basic education the rest of the village would get. Lunchtime. After several hours of tedium, Naruto was one of the first people out of the building, and into the yard where he walked over to a solitary tree with a swing hanging from it. Naruto took a seat at the base of the tree, and pulled out his lunch. It wasn't anything fancy, just something he threw together the previous night when he couldn't sleep. So Naruto heard the voice of Kalina. Naruto looked up from his food to see once more the two girls that had sat beside him, were now standing in front of him. Yeah? Asked the blonde, not sure why they were talking with him. I didn't actually get to ask what I wanted earlier, so I'll ask now. What's with the mask? Asked the dark blue-haired girl. Mask? Oh, this, said, pulling the grim mask off his face. Yeah, it looks cool. Where'd you get it? Asked Kalina. Well, I got it from my summons. Naruto said a little bit sheepishly. The blonde knew how unusual it was for someone his age to have a summoning contract, let alone know what they were. Really? So I'm not the only one with a summons, who said Kalina. Wait, you have a summons too? Asked Naruto. Yeah, I'm a member of the Jigoku clan. Silly. Our clan has a contract with the demons. Each of us from when we unlock chakra binds a demon to ourselves to fight for us, said Kalina. So Naruto-san, what's your summoning contract with? Asked Mikari timidly. You wouldn't have heard of them. They're the creatures of Grimm. This mask was given to me, so that I could understand the lesser Grimm, as only the boss summons, and clan elders can speak English, said Naruto, holding up his mask. That sounds pretty cool, said Kalina. Uzumaki roared a voice from over by the school building. Naruto sighed, and bit his thumb before running it over the summoning tattoo on his arm, before slamming his hand on the ground. Kuchius no Jutsu, summoning jutsu, called Naruto, as his hand hit the ground, and a sealing matrix spread out from under his hand. Then the area was engulfed in smoke. Once the smoke cleared, there sat Laswar and Razor looking around to see Naruto. It had placed his mask back on his face. Naruto Nai roared the Razorback cub before running over to Naruto, who leaned down and patted the cub's head. Fight me, Uzumaki ordered Sasuke, glaring at the blonde, as he walked up to him, only for the larger Razorback to jump in front of Naruto, growling at Sasuke. Sasuke, I will tell you again, and this is the last time, I'm not going to fight you because your mother is training me, and you want me to stop letting her teach me. And if you order me to fight you one more time, I will let Laswara rip you to pieces, declared Naruto, the large Razorback stalking forwards, while Naruto played with the Razorback cub. These are your summons? Questioned Kalina, looking at the two creatures, in a tone Naruto couldn't quite identify. The blonde nodded. They're so cool, declared Kalina, patting Razor's head, making the cub rub against her like a kitten. Stop ignoring me, Uzumaki, and fight me, roared Sasuke. Laswara said. Naruto was looking towards the grim summon. Oh, this should be fun, declared Laswara, who ran towards Sasuke. Upon seeing the creature running towards him, turned around and ran away. Naruto looked from the disappearing forms of Sasuke and Laswara to Kalina, Mikari, and Razor, to see the young cub loving the attention the two girls were giving him, so Naruto just sat back against the tree and resumed eating his lunch. Later that afternoon, the academy day was over, and Naruto, as per his sensei's instructions, was making his way to the regular training grounds. He walked onto the grounds to see both of his senseis there. Afternoon, Mikoto-sensei, Yuga-sensei said to Naruto, smiling. Afternoon, Naruto, said Yuga. Good afternoon, Naruto declared to Mikoto. So what are we starting with? Asked Naruto. Before we start today, you and I are going to the Uzumaki compound, said Mikoto. I'm going out on a mission again, Naruto. I should be back in a month or so, but until then once again Makoto will be your only sensei, said Yugao, getting a nod from Naruto before both Naruto and Makoto left the training grounds, the young blonde waving to his purple-haired sensei. Naruto and Makoto wandered through the village. Naruto, ignoring the glare shot his way by the villagers. Makoto looked back at Naruto every now and again, making sure he was okay to some degree. She could see very clearly that the hatred of the villagers was getting to him, but could think of no way to make him happy bar training, so she quickened her pace, and not surprisingly Naruto managed to keep up even as she approached speed. But by that time they were in the clan district of the village, so she didn't need to worry. Very few clans actually disliked Naruto. The sensei and student duo passed many clan compounds. First was the Inizuka, next was the Nar, the Yamanaka, the Aburum, the Jigoku, Kurikage, Hono, and finally the Chiha compound. After another few minutes of walking, the two came up to a small by comparison compound, but it was still rather large, housing about 20 buildings from what Naruto could see. Alright Naruto, you're going to need some blood for this, said Makoto. What do you mean, sensei? Asked Naruto, looking innocently at his sensei. Makoto smiled and shook her head. The compound is locked with what's called a blood seal. The only way to unlock it is with blood. Now your blood hasn't been entered into the key, but your mother's has, so you should theoretically be able to get in. You just need to swipe some blood on the gate and push a little chakra into it, said Makoto. Naruto nodded to his sensei and bit his thumb, and then smeared the blood on the gate, pushing chakra into the metal. To his surprise, the gate glowed white for a moment before clicking, and with a screech slowly swung open. And the two walked into the compound. Naruto was shocked at the sight of the compound. As he looked around, all of the walls were covered by the spiral symbol he wore on his shirts. The grounds were covered by lush green grass only an inch or so tall. There were about 25 to 30 buildings in the compound. Before we get much further, Naruto, Hokage-sama told me earlier today, as of today this compound and everything within is yours. He told me that he wanted to let you live here once we started training you, but there was a lot of hurdles to cross. Too loud, said Makoto. Naruto turned to his sensei with a shocked look on his face. This place is mine? Questioned Naruto, gesturing to the compound, getting a nod from Makoto, who wore a smile. Yes Naruto, it is. I'll help you move your stuff from your apartment after a quick tour, said Makoto. How come you can't open the gate, but you can give me a tour of this place? Asked Naruto, looking skeptical at his sensei. Well, truth be told, I lied about not being able to unlock the gate. Kushina keyed my blood into the gate when we were in the academy. I was just checking if you could unlock the gate, so I was sure if I needed to key your blood into the key, because I know how to. But I have forgotten the finer points of the procedure, declared Makoto, rubbing the back of her neck enviously. Naruto nodded before following his sensei. Most of the buildings here are homes, only about 4 or 5 are different, said Makoto, walking down the main street of the compound. But there is the clan head's home. That's where your mother lived when she was young, said Makoto, pointing to the house at the end of the road. Before turning down a side street, Naruto following diligently behind, the two walked into a building. Once inside, Naruto saw the insides of the building was covered with different plants. This is the greenhouse. The Uzumaki, with their mastery of Fuinjutsu, could grow almost any plant in the habitat it required, through the use of seals on the pots, said Makoto, motioning around to all of the plants. All of these plants serve some purpose, though they are all part of either a poison or a medical plant, said Makoto before turning around and walking out of the building. Naruto once more following his sensei, who wandered just a bit further down the street and entered another building. This is the clan library, and here you will find all sorts of things ranging from fictional books to ninjutsu, to jutsu, kinjutsu, and fuinjutsu scrolls, although I do want you to stay away from the more advanced ninja scrolls for now, okay? Questioned Makoto, looking at Naruto with a critical eye. The young blonde nodded to his sensei, not wanting to disappoint her. After a quick look around, the duo once more moved out of the building and down the street. This time they came to a building that looked out of place. All of the previous buildings were built primarily out of wood, but this one was made of almost entirely stone. Makoto walked straight through the doors of the building. This, Naruto, is the armory, in which there is a forge and materials to create your own weapons, or plenty of pre-made. Naruto. Makoto stopped her speech when she realized Naruto was no longer beside her. Makoto quickly looked around for the blind, only to find him standing in front of a glass case, within which was a pair of Tessen battle fans. Naruto? Questioned Makoto, looking at the blonde. Naruto didn't even look up. He looked intently at the fans, thinking. A few weeks had passed since Naruto had been taken to the Uzumaki clan compound. Since then, when not working on his academy studies or training with Makoto or Yugao, he had been in either the library of the compound or the armory, within which he had found many weapons, only two really catching his attention. The Tessen he had found the first time in the armory, and the other, a katana that he had found, was designed to specifically be used with the Kenjutsu style known as Infinite One Sword style, which he had found scrolls on in the library. Evidently the style was a gender-fluid one that revolved around scattering hundreds of katana around the immediate area, and then using speed and deception to rush around and attack with all of the swords at once. The katana Naruto had found had seals, something else Naruto had taken an interest in, etched into the blade. The only one Naruto could understand with his minimal Fuinjutsu knowledge was a storage seal combined with an explosive summoning seal. Basically the seal was designed to hold all of the user's katana, and when chakra was pushed into the seal, it would release them in an explosion, scattering them all around the immediate area. Unfortunately the Uzumaki armory was only stocked with about 5 other plain katanas. And Naruto needed more to practice his style. Hence why Naruto was standing at the gates of the Forest of Death. Konoha's most dangerous training grounds. Not that it was to him. No, to the young blonde boy the forest was almost a second or maybe third home. And it's because of all the time he had spent within he was now going into the forest to look for katanas. It may have been rare for people to go into the forest of their own volition. People did still go in. The exam's second stage was generally held there. Most of the best medical herbs of Konoha were found within, as were some rather exotic meats. And the like, so there was no shortage of reasons to go into the forest. Unfortunately many who went in didn't return, which is why Naruto was there. He knew that if when the bodies of the forest's victims were recovered any, and all tools not securely strapped to their person were left behind, be it the dullest kunai or family heirloom, Naruto jumped the fence like he had done many times in the past, before he headed for a deeper section of the forest where the more dangerous animals stayed, and where more people died, more deaths, more bodies, higher likelihood of weapons, and the like. Not even halfway into his journey Naruto leapt to the left, as he sensed a kunai come whizzing at him from behind. He managed to get out of the way just as the kunai would have hit him. Well, Gaki color impressed me. You move quickly, said a voice from behind. The blonde Naruto turned, but was ready to run at a moment's notice. And coming into my little playground all alone, you must have balls of steel, kid, said the voice. As Naruto got a good look at the owner of the voice, she was a woman. She had purple hair tied up into a fanned-out ponytail. She had pupil-less brown eyes. For clothes she wore a beige trench coat over fishnet armor, and an orange skirt. Around her neck was a cord connecting to what looked like a snake fang, and she wore metal shin guards. So what's a cute little Gaki like you doing here in the Forest of Death all by himself? Asked the woman, studying Naruto intently. I came in here looking for katanas to use for my kenjutsu style, said Naruto. What's wrong with the ones in the village? Asked Anko, not sure why a kid would venture into the Forest of Death. I can't afford one, said Naruto sadly. Ask your mommy or daddy to get you one, said Anko. However, she immediately regretted saying that, as Naruto looked down with a sad look in his eyes. Oh, orphan? Asked Anko. Naruto nodded, a single tear slipping from his eye. Look, sorry Gaki, why don't you come with me, and let's see if we can find you a katana, said Anko. Naruto looked up. Thanks, Miss Pretty Lady Naruto. The next day, Naruto was sitting outside with his 2 friends under their usual tree, the spot they claimed on the first day at the academy. Kalina, Mikari, and Naruto sat quietly eating their respective lunches when a girl approached them. She wasn't from their class, and she wore a pink oriental shirt and bluish green pants. Her dark brown hair was done up into 2 buns, one on either side of her head, and her brown eyes were focused on the blonde of the group. Naruto? Questioned the girl, looking at the blonde, looking like she was about to burst into tears. Yes, said Naruto, was confused. He recognized the girl, but he couldn't recall why or where from. It's really you. I finally found you, said the girl, as she lunged forwards and hugged Naruto tightly, as tears fell from her eyes. I miss you, Atoto whispered to the girl, as she cried. As she said that, memories flooded his mind from a time he so desperately tried to forget. Tenten Nichin, said Naruto, tears formed in his own eyes, as he hugged his elder sister. Meanwhile the 2 of the girls watched the scene with smiles on their faces. Sniff, alright, that's enough of that. You have to introduce me to your friends here, Atoto declared Tenten, as she let go of Naruto, who nodded to her. Tenten knew, this is Mikari Kurokichi, and Kalina Jigoku. Kalina, Mikari, this is my Nichin Tenten, said Naruto, introducing the 3. Nice to meet you, said Tenten with a smile, looking at Naruto's 2 friends. Nice to meet you too, Tenten-sen said to Mikari. So Naruto, why didn't you tell us you had a sister? Asked Kalina. Well, to be completely honest, I forgot I did. We know each other from the orphanage, which when I was thrown out I kinda just tried to block everything out, said Naruto, rubbing the back of his head, sheepishly looking at his dark blue-haired friend. By the way, Ni-chan, have you, said Naruto, trailing off, not really wanting to ask in case she hadn't been adopted? Questioned Tenten, getting a nod from Naruto. Yep, you're looking at Tenten Higurashi, daughter of Juden, and Milana Higurashi, owner of Higurashi Weapons, best weapons store in Konoha, said Tenten with a grin. Good for you, Tenten ni, said Naruto with a soft smile. What about you? Asked Tenten, getting a sad shake of the head from Naruto. No, but I found out who my mother is, said Naruto with a grin. Is? Questioned Tenten. Her name is Kushina Uzumaki. She's in a coma, said Naruto. No way, exclaimed Tenten, looking shocked. What? Asked Naruto. Your mother was my father's teammate, declared Tenten. Later that afternoon, Naruto walked up to the regular training ground to see Yuga standing there. Afternoon, Yuga-sensei, said Naruto, walk up to his purple-haired teacher. Afternoon, Naruto spoke. Yuga. So what's the plan? Asked Naruto. Well, today you're going to be working on your chakra control some more, said Yugao, making Naruto sigh. No more leaf sticking exercise, said Naruto looking at his sensei with a pleading look. No, more leaf sticking exercise, giggled Yugao watching Naruto's reaction. No, this is a new exercise, tree climbing, said Yugao walking over to a nearby tree and simply walking straight up it. You need to push chakra to the soles of your feet and walk up the tree too much, and you'll blast of the trunk too little, and you won't stick, declared Yugao, who was now hanging upside down from a low-hanging branch. She then threw a kunai at the blonde's feet. Use that to mark your progress, said Yugao, as she sat down on the branch of the tree and watched as Naruto took the kunai and walked up to the tree before putting one foot on the tree, then his other foot. Naruto managed to get about 2 steps up the tree before he was blasted off. Keep going, Naruto, you'll get it, declared Yugao with a reassuring smile. Several days later, Naruto sat with his 2 friends under their usual tree eating their respective lunches. After the day Tenten introduced herself, she had slotted nicely into their little social group, which makes it no surprise. She came running up to them with a grin plastered on her face. Guys, I finally got it, declared Tenten excitedly, as she ran up to the 3 of them. Got what, Ni-chan? Asked Naruto. Then I got the Henge no Jutsu, transformation jutsu, down, declared Tenten smiling. Awesome, show us, Ten-chan, said Kalina looking at her excited friend. Henge no Jutsu, called Tenten after finishing her chain of hand signs, and in a puff of smoke Tenten was no more, and instead there stood a second Naruto. Cool, right? Asked the second Naruto with a grin. Yeah, it's cool, said Mikari with a grin. Can you teach us? Asked Kalina. A poof of smoke once more engulfed the second Naruto, and Tenten was once more there. Sure, the hand signs are dog, then boar, and finally ram, and sensei said to put about an 8 of your chakra into it. While thinking about what you want to change into, said Tenten. The 3 friends nodded, and did, as Tenten instructed. And all 3 were engulfed in smoke. When the smoke cleared, none of them looked normal in any sense of the word. Kalina had transformed into a brown-haired woman who looked almost like a human boulder. She was rather fat, and her eyes had green sclera, blacker eyes, and white pupils. Mikari, on the other hand, transformed into a woman who looked just short of a twig. There was literally no meat on her bones. She had a few bones sticking out of her skin. Her hair was almost non-existent. She had purple sclera, white eyes, and green pupils. Naruto looked the most normal of the 3, and that was saying something. He stood 8 feet tall, lanky, 4-foot-long arms. But aside from unusual proportions, Naruto looked like a regular person with normal bone structure, and such. His eyes, white sclera, blue eyes, and black pupils. The only out of the ordinary thing was his size. In the blink of an eye, all 3 turned back. That was good for a first try, said Tenten. Henge no Jutsu is called Naruto. A few weeks later, Naruto stood in his clan compound. He was working on his Henge no Jutsu. He had got to the stage where his transformation was perfect, but he could tell from using it, the jutsu essentially coated him in a shell of his chakra, in the form he desired to take. Hence the one hit to dispel the hit shattered the chakra shell, and the jutsu. Naruto was working on trying to make the jutsu a true transformation, one that couldn't be dispelled with a simple punch. So Naruto, you never told us why you want to make a full transformation, said Kalina. Naruto had invited Kalina and Mikari over to help him by trying to dispel his transformation. Well, I have told you both I'm from 2 clans, right? Questioned Naruto, already knowing the answer, but just wanting to make sure his reasoning was clear to the 2 of them. He got a simple nod from his 2 friends. And you know about the Kunoichi and Shinobi style separations, right? Questioned the blonde once more, getting a nod from his 2 friends. Well, I want to be able to learn both the Kunoichi and Shinobi arts from both of my clans. I just feel like I need to at least learn both branches of the Uzumaki clan styles, so I can do my clan proud, said Naruto. Both girls nodded in understanding. Alright, let's try this, muttered Naruto, deciding on his next course of action, overloading the technique with chakra. Henge no Jutsu, called Naruto, and he was engulfed in a plume of smoke. Once it cleared, there stood someone different. She stood about the same height as Naruto, and shared the same black eyes. However, her hair was red, and Naruto, said Kalina, pointing at Naruto's chest body. The red-haired girl looked down. Screamed the girl, wrapping her arms around herself to cover her naked body. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time. Till then, sayonara.